Virgo, welcome back. We are here to do your mid-November love reading. This is for all of you, okay? Singles, couples, the energy. I have selected the cards. I've turned the heating off so that hopefully it doesn't affect the internet signal because it's right near the server, so to speak. So hopefully the frequency of this reading comes through better. Now, I will briefly look at your astrology because we are moving into a Scorpio moon, which today I will be doing an update linking to the Scorpio moon. Also, for those of you that are twin flames, I will be doing a twin flame update. Let's have a look at your chart, Virgos. Okay. Where's Scorpio heading? Okay, third house. Now, I'm hearing the term, tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Now, Mercury is in Scorpio. It's hitting your Mercury house. A lot of wounds, a lot of holding things in, a lot of revelations. Also to do with the fact that you do have your Venus house in Pisces. We have Neptune and Pisces at the moment retrograde. Now, you will be happy to know Neptune goes direct. Oh, God, okay. 29th. It goes direct of November. So your romance house will be a little bit more balanced. You will have more clarity. You might feel a little bit disillusioned at the moment, or even reflecting upon what you feel the dream is. You also, spirituality within this connection is going to be quite large with Neptune and Pisces. But with the Scorpionic aspect, it can be a purgatory effect, and there can be something simply that you're outgrowing, something that maybe was told to you, an emotion coming up. Again, third house can relate to external energies as well. My cat's deciding to come and visit. I'm watching you. She's very cheeky. Jingles. We called her Jingles because we found her at Christmas and she adopted us. Okay, she has left the building. Okay, now I'm going to look at your vibration of Mars. Let's have a look at where Mars is, because we're having both Scorpio linking to your third house and we're having Mars linking to your eighth house. I do feel there can be subjects to do with your who you can depend on, and there can be war wounds coming up. Let's look at your chakra. What's coming through for your chakras? Anything we need to know for Virgo, please? 2, okay. Third house in reverse, okay. Mercury and Scorpio. Yes, Mercury's direct. Mercury's in shadow pretty much to the new moon in Scorpio. All this hidden energy, conversations, maybe feeling shady energies occurring. It can be almost pack tribe mentality. There's all these scenarios going on, and your day-to-day life might be very hectic. This can be affecting your vibration. So with communication, if it's not coming through and you're not communicating with individuals, it's because, again, you're reflecting. You're trying to get back into this balanced kind of compass. Again, it's funny because the energy of Pisces, it can be with your relationship, really re-navigating, redirecting where that energy is supposed to be. And I'm being guided to the two energies here. There's the tree of life. There's the circle like a wheel, and it appears to be almost like an eclipse. Now, there are 2 eclipses uniquely enough, one this month, one next month. So it's almost like I'm picking the underrealm with Neptune and Pisces. Might be being really private, might be being to the point where you're facing the shadow. And the funny thing is, in the collective at the moment, we directly are facing our shadow. Collective energy with Mars retrograde, the shadow energy of that is Libra. And we did have Mercury bounce back in between, and we had Venus bounce back in between Scorpio, and you get the gist. So we're doing shadow work. We're looking at things. It can be things that are being hidden. They're coming up and they're coming to the surface, but you're trying to trust your instincts, trust your intuition. There might be things you're sensing. But I do feel you guys are changing a lot. So, again, I'm feeling this inner reflection going on. You may feel with situations you don't resonate with things. Jingles might be a Virgo. Yes, she could be. Right. She's always cleaning herself. You know, Virgos are very clean people. And the health card did come up for you guys. So you're checking the health and the vitality of all things in your life. You could be also self-esteem energy. Let's look at your second house placement. Libra, it's hitting your second house placement. So trying to get your emotions in order, trying to get your diet in order. Again, wanting balance in a give and take situation. If it's not there, it can be taking you out of alignment. You might have been having health related dynamics coming up and trying to pull everything in to create balance and make everyone happy. But it's not about making everyone happy. You know, Virgos are perfectionists. Nothing's ever perfect. It's accepting that factor and just releasing and allowing things to transform. I do feel with a lot of blue coming through in this gem, situations of communication and heart chakra with the blue and green, and trying to protect yourself psychically. It's almost the Scorpio energy with the black, through psychic attacks or feeling maybe, you know, trying to protect yourself. The blue with the throat chakra and Mercury in Scorpio, it's direct, and we've got the blue at the back, and with the green, the higher heart chakra, which actually does link to Virgo. So you guys are having a huge purge, effectively. You know, why aren't people talking to me? Why can't I talk to them? Why can't we bridge this communication? What's being said? Could be a lot of psychoanalytical energy coming through. You need to step back and trust your own compass. And I'll let you read the card. And I said this to Mark yesterday. We were talking about cards and being very partial in readings. And it's funny because we almost sometimes with particular zodiac signs have to show the cards so that we are showing what is actually being given in the card. Owl energy is very psychic. Scorpio is very psychic, having to rise above the situation relating to the past and looking at what resonates inside of you, not connected to other people's perspectives. Trust your own understanding. And it's to do with the connection number is 5. It's what changes require to happen, connecting to the past, moving to the future. Again, I did mention that the Scorpio moon will be an ending and a new beginning. You can't have a new beginning without ending something. You can't have a new beginning without letting the rotten wood go away, be it a memory, be it, you know, unsaid words, whatever that is, it's having to detach. And it's, you know, it's funny because I'm almost getting, maybe you had a viewpoint of this in a very different light, and it's the innocence with the angel wings. And maybe, you know, it always takes two to tango. It's looking at that perspective, but yes, you do have to take it from yours. How did it make you feel? How do you see things? What are those changes that you've gone through? And 5s aren't comfortable changes necessarily, but in hindsight, it's trusting the process and knowing that everything does happen for a reason. And when I was chatting with Mark yesterday, I did say, especially with what's happening in the collective, the one thing I noticed is I had to step back. Because when you're fighting something and you're very strong in your vibration, stepping back and allowing the cards to fall where they're meant to be, it's almost like we're in avoidance of trusting the process. And I feel trusting that and, you know, shifting the focus back onto inner self and inner work always will work best. And I do feel for Virgos, you guys are going through a real deep change. So it's a very personal thing relating to love, relating to your connections with Neptune and Pisces. You may feel that you wanted all of those energies to be very balanced, and it's turned out different to what you thought. So it will ease up by the 29th, but at the moment you guys can feel very much, wow, you know, I'm going back over old ground. Why is this happening? Why do I need to chop and change? Why does this always happen? But something for you energetically is twisting and turning for a change. Again, heart chakra activation. You're opening your heart. Now, I'm getting I'm going to pull a clarifier on this because you can get the same card, but I always psychically get a different message. Again, because we had Mercury energy in reverse here, I do feel your throat chakra is closed off. Now, this throat chakra energy coming through when it relates to all your interconnections, you do feel spiritually you have enough within your own body going on without the drama of external energies. And this is why this card's come up. It's like step back from all individuals connected. and clear your throat chakra. Feel free to speak, but speak from heart, not throat. Throat can be coming from the third eye, communicating, but is the heart chakra clear? Because you're a Virgo and you've got the communication and you've got this health. Is it coming from emotions? Is it coming from truth? Is it coming from pain, body experience, and needing to act? And this always does happen when you're going through a transformation. It becomes a very personal thing. But crosswise are bound to happen during this time. But unresolved issues need to go, okay? Yes, again, vulnerability, ascension symptoms, exhaustion, releasing, detaching, letting go. There is a recuperation, and I'm seeing again, connecting to connections because it's a 7. Having to recoup. I see the dead leaf here. You're recouping inside of the old energy. It's not safe. Now, the funny thing is, a lot of times we feel the known is what's safe and the unknown is what's not. But we haven't tried it, so how do we know? So there is this situation going on here that feels a little bit stormy, but you're exhausted by thinking and fighting it, and you will, with your body, allow it to transform. What it's doing is pushing you on your vision and quest in life. It's getting you to a point where, yes, in life you have moved. You've gone up many mountains. You've had your own perspective. And we're all separate when it comes to connections. So your belief system, your vision of where you see your life going doesn't match all the interconnections around you. And I feel with romance at the moment, I feel you guys really trying to understand what that means. Has it been eat, pray, repeat? Is it an alignment? Is it an illusion or a delusion with Neptune retrograde? What is that new understanding as we move forward, and what steps will we need to take in order to make that happen and to get back on our vision and quest? I do feel on the 11th that was that potential gateway. And maybe there was, again, a home-related dynamic that came up, and you're trying, again, to rise above it, to look at the bigger picture as to what to do. And I did say for those of us that are on spiritual journeys, and especially for the collective that are waking up at the moment, and we call this a grand awakening, but it's not. Awakenings, we're not all love and light. We are fighting it. We're trying to stay exactly the same. It can feel like we're fighting ourselves at times, and we're getting to a point, no, this has to be like this. This has to be like this. All the Capricorn energy, right? It's like, this is the way things were done. This is the way things have been. But it's a transformative state all of us collectively are going through. That something to do with a home-related vibration, a tribe. And I'm going to look at the 11th house for you guys. Yeah, Cancer in the 11th house. So we're having a full moon in Cancer next month. We did move in the nodes in May. And I've seen a pattern to do with family, our emotions, our connections. And I feel you guys, again, going into hermit mode, not wanting to be around people, re-collaborating and looking at maybe what resonates with you and what doesn't. I'm hearing home is where the heart is, but home is within. So there's a lot of purple coming through in the card. But again, I see this movement. I'm going to pull a clarifier on this one. Where are they? Okay, what is this? Yeah, hermit mode. I think you're nurturing yourself. And again, to do with love, you're looking at how you feel to do with it. You may feel that you have been an innocent bystander in a situation that hasn't turned out according to plan. You may feel you just want everything to be, beautiful and lovely, wish you were here. That's one of Shelley and I's, kind of beautiful, lovely, wish you were here, French kiss. Love that movie. Love Megan. Yeah, but it's sometimes we just have to let things go, but you're not. So there's this quality where you're just wanting to go into this, I just don't want to deal with this drama. I don't want to deal with the reality of what I need to. But it's bringing up a conditioning. It's bringing up your values and your belief systems. Within this triggering situational shit with love, this is to help you get to, sometimes we get to an angry state, but when we're angry, it's generally we're angry at ourselves. We're angry at feeling a certain way, someone triggering us a certain way, or that we've made certain decisions and look where we are now. And are we off our vision and quest, or are we on the vision and quest? But only you can decide. The empowerment energy has been coming through all month. What is that? Looking to the past and looking to the future, where needs to change? What needs to change? Let's see. What is the subject matter for Virgo that needs to change? I feel some of you it's accommodation. Some of you it can be with interconnections. Inner child, being with the soul connection or not, and how that feels. How it's felt in the mix of, where you are. Some of you may feel piggy in the middle. You have two paths here, Virgo. And this can be relating to your marriages, contracts, partnerships. If you feel you have had no movement in those areas and it's been stagnant, this has happened to me, and I'll give you an example. Feeling almost circumstantial where due to X, Y, and Z, it was affecting my vision and path. Then realizing I had been allowing certain things and, life events, hi Dale, had been taking you by surprise. It can be bills, kids, life, friendships, things coming out of left field. And before you know it, you've become absorbed in a hurricane, so to speak. I feel you're really questioning the whole identity of where you are. But love exists, and there is you looking at the innocence of yourself, you looking at what you're tempted by, and what your passion is, and also the letdowns in life, and coming to terms with that. But I'm hearing the term, do I stay or do I go? Do I accept it? How can I make everyone happy? This has nothing to do with everyone. This has everything to do with you. The attachment is to the ways things are being. Hi, Bambulance. How you doing? Beautiful. How's all the Melbourne people going, and Victoria, etc.? I'm from Perth, WA, if you guys didn't know. Welcome in the house if you're new. So this imbalance, it's like sometimes when Virgos are great. You're almost Saturn energy. You got that quality system. But we can't make everyone happy. But when we're doing that, we're actually more outside of ourselves, operating for service for everyone. And you can't give something to someone if you're not in love with yourself. So, again, health, emotions, feelings, guidance, trying to recollaborate, getting balanced in this transit, which half of us aren't really feeling so balanced. Not communicating it, but feeling it, suppressing it. Could be don't want to talk to you about this, or don't feel comfortable, or is this my truth? And even Giggle and I this morning were talking about this. Why do people feel that by hurting people, we can't speak our truth? So in that, we discuss that matter, and yes, it is a delay of the inevitable of whatever needs to be addressed. But a lot of times we need to internalize it, understand it, make peace with it before we directly react. And that can be in love, in life, in anything. And I've got a hair on my eye, which means you guys are needing to make a wish. And I'm probably going to smudge my makeup everywhere. Who cares? So following your passion, being strong, facing a shadow, maybe, again, the dark energy, in the shadows, trying to research that, understanding what that means. What does strength mean? Can we be passionate in our thoughts? Can we, do we feel bound? And I'm almost feeling it's a bit like, being stuck, but are we really? No, psychologically, yes. But everything that we want is more important than constantly giving power away, right? Because if we're doing that, resent can be formed. If we're doing things because it's correct, if we're doing things because it's what society says, if we're doing things based on a wound over the physical reality of where we are, whatever this is, I feel you're getting balanced, right? Once you get balanced in your emotions, I feel your energy will be doors opening. but there's something spiritual going on. It can relate to a spiritual connection. It's also to do with your ascension process. It's facing the hurts and the broken promises, betrayal energies, whatever they are, and then moving into speaking your truth. Okay, how does this love interest feel about you? And what are the circumstances surrounding your romance house? We should be asking that because some interesting energies have come through. Apprehension. Okay, you guys are nervous about something again. Is it nervous or is it don't want to let anyone down? We look at life as if we feel we're letting other people down by living for them and not for ourselves, whoever that be. We are effectively doing the same to ourselves as we don't want to do to them. So airplane going down, what are we taught? It's like, okay, put the mask on first. Okay, I'm okay. I've got all the energy to give. Now, where can I direct my energy effectively? But if we're giving to everyone else, our cup feels depleted, then we form anger, resentment, throat chakra closes, feel we're off our vision, go into victim consciousness. Why? Because we gave our power away. Circumstantial, life happens, Groundhog Day. Attachments, 8th house, something's going, something's changing, right? We all go through this, letting go of control, letting go of the way things turn out, and addressing fear. So there's apprehension. Inner child energy with the Cancer placement for you guys can be conditioning. It can be a family-related dynamic playing out. It can be your emotions coming up and you're conditioning to, no, this is how I've got to be inside of connections. This is what happened in the past. It's always going to happen. This can't be resolved. Your scarred journey, it's about, again, and it's so funny that these circles are here. Because, again, everything I've talked to my 2 spiritual friends over the last 24 hours has come up through these reads. So it must be the earth signs, where it's coming through, which makes sense. Where is this diagram, which Giggle gave to me, which I thought was beautiful? Here is a circle of concern. And I hope I do this justice, Giggle, because this is how I did it the other day. This is you. X marks the spot. This is your connection, your love interest. And it's got, okay. So this is you, Virgo, and this is your love interest. This is the overlapping energy of what's shared, what's reciprocated, be it that you are together or not, okay? If you're doing reflection to do with it, this is the way you need to view it. That is you. That is the person. This is the energy together of the connection. This is your obligations. This is theirs. Now, when you look at it in the give and take, how much of what you needed to do were they doing? And how much of what they were needing to do were you doing? Now, sometimes we can even have separate circumstances, which happened to me, and this was the analogy I gave in relation to my connection, was circumstances to do with family. I had shared care energy going on. So in this situation, the other circle was above the person I was seeing, okay? And there were children, right? So this was the ex, this was my partner, this was their shared energy. Now, when you're in a relationship, you do share. You do a bit of that, you do a bit of that, and it's shared. And then you have time for your connection. Sometimes when we get out of alignment, this energy of what was that goes over here. And that's our power. Conditioning. Okay. Okay, are we seeing it? We're seeing the circles. So cycles come and go. Cycles change, right? So what was happening with me was I couldn't get angry because effectively I had work, I had my own child, I had my own emotions. We were trying to heal the connection. They had theirs, I had mine. They're working, I'm working. Relationship in between. shared energies of chores, responsibilities, bills, right? X on your side, X on this side. What's going on? It's a tree, right? We are all tribe. But when it doesn't operate, we become out of alignment and we have power. So what do? Can we operate inside that connection? Yes, with healthy boundaries with self. Okay, can't make this person happy, can't make that person happy. No, that's not my role. I'm me. And that's what I feel coming through with you guys. So broken promises, feeling let down, gave too much, not getting enough. Apprehension, am I doing the right thing? The right thing is always by you. Scarred heart, not loving yourself for circumstances that were outside of your control. Again, I'm seeing you guys getting into alignment of those balances. Yeah, overlapping energy can at times become an absolute exhausting situation. I mean, I think between us, there were 7 children. And one, with circumstances of, accommodation, that was of accommodation, 7 children plus mine, my work, them over here, circumstances happening in their life that were outside of the control, you work together. But when external influences aren't working with you and not understanding, you're owning all of theirs, and that's never been your responsibility. Why? Because in society we say, you're a mother, that's your job. And it can be hundreds of other areas that's occurring, but again, it's just giving you an example of, what are your hopes and dreams? That's our cup, right? Look at that circle as your cup. So what are you filling in that cup? Your friendship groups, your personal time, your own errands. Is it balanced? Great. And this is with all our interconnections, but it's also the best relationship is always with self. And you become depleted. You deplete the cup. All right. Let's get into what's happening on your romantic partner's side and what's happening. But with you, I'm seeing you guys healing. Maybe feeling that nobody understands you, feeling you can't communicate effectively, dealing with things that have been, affecting you. You can still communicate inside your connections and, towards your love interest of your truth. For some of you on a twin flame journey, this person is thinking about you. Lost love. They're having to face the wounds. It's coming up because of the Scorpio moon. Their emotions. Scorpio is hitting your 3rd house, wanting to talk, feeling your energy, feeling your purging. If you're in this connection, again, the lost love can sometimes be ourselves, losing ourselves inside of it, wanting to be everything to everyone, having scars relating to this. All right. We can't be everything to everyone. It's going to pass, honestly. It's yucky. It's going to pass. Okay, outcome between now and the 29th, please. And the reason I say the 29th is because it's hitting your Venus house. Let's see how it shifts. Crown chakra activation, baby. Okay, amethyst. You are going to have clarity. Amethyst links to Pisces in your Venus house. Clarity of love and what it is and what you need to do to transform that confidence. Okay, I'm coming back and we'll do Capricorn. But yeah, it feels, I'm feeling the lower chakras. I'm feeling your back. I'm feeling the solar plexus and sacral chakra. They're very heavy. So health, energy, and balance. Well, it makes sense. Okay, you're probably already tuning into next month's astrology. So next month's astrology, we're going to have Saturn and Jupiter hitting Aquarius. And the reason why health came up for you, you're already vibrationally feeling it. So anything you need to change and cycle out is to get you into alignment, because there can be growth. There can be subjects to do with your health, your work, what you're doing, what they're doing, all coming up, as well as where you're going. Saturn, this is how it's got to be. Aquarius can be linked to everyone. So these emotional healthy boundaries are going to be required. And if they're coming up at the moment for you and they're not in alignment with you, it's because you're already sensing the astrology of next month. So it's like if energies are mirroring and, projecting towards you, or you're, and we all do this constantly. All it is we attract what we need to acknowledge, or we attract what we maybe don't resonate with. and go, oh, that's interesting, your perspective. Is that how I see myself? You get the gist. So with 6th house placement, it's going to be there for a bit with Saturn, but Jupiter will be transiting into Aquarius, but it's going to retrograde back later into a different area, but it's going to be hitting your 6th house placement. So if you've been trying to get balanced, Aquarius is to do with wider group energy, being push-pulled, doing what everyone else wants. This is assisting you to prepare for next month. So when you move forward, you're in that correct tribe. You're in that correct vibration. Love and light. Thanks, Giggle.